Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Andover, Minnesota here in the US, and I'm here to bring you another live paper crafting class here on Facebook. It is Wednesday, May 27th at 11 a.m. Central Time, and this is going to be my last sneak peek type live before the new catalog debuts next Wednesday. So normally I broadcast on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. and so this catalog will be live next week already. Crazy. So I'm going to share with you some really fun new products from this catalog. So first let me go ahead and set up my screen here, and I'm going to bring you on over. By the way, this is where you're at right now. Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel, and I went on like 2 minutes early. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm just too excited. I love sharing. Okay, here we go. So we have for our project today these supplies that you would need. Lots of really fun new stuff. So we included in there a couple new colors, Magenta Madness and Just Jade. And then we've also got the Forever Gold laser cut paper. It's so pretty. I think I did announce in one of my introduction videos that it was 12 by 12. It is not. It's slightly under. It's like 9 3/4 by 10 inches or something. But it's drop dead gorgeous, and you have to like buy it in bulk. I'm going to show that to you real soon. Okay, the other new thing that we're going to be showing is the new Early Espresso Faux Suede Trim. And then we've got, let's see, a new punch called the Confetti Flowers Border Punch. So some new stuff. The Magnolia set, the Good Morning Magnolia set, and the Magnolia dies has been around forever, but they are just stunning products that you'll want to get your hands on. And if you don't have your hands on them yet, you can still take advantage of the 10% off if you bundle them together and purchase them by June 2nd. Because June 3rd, they're not bundled anymore. So they're still available, but they're not bundled anymore. It's good to see all your names pop up. This is so fun. I love doing lives. What else do we need to know? I'm going to be using the multi-purpose liquid glue like I did last week with my sponge and my silicone mat. And then the multi-purpose glue in place of the snail adhesive, because we're phasing out the snail adhesive, which is an awesome adhesive. It's like a tape runner, dry tape runner adhesive, but we're replacing it with a new and improved adhesive, and you can't get it yet. I don't have it yet, so I can't show it to you, but it's called Stamp and Seal. So that's why I'm sticking with the liquid glue, because you can also be a liquid glue user. I've seen many demonstrators who just stick with liquid glue. So we'll try that out again today. And we have a new die cutting machine around the corner, but we don't know when that's going to be made available. It is showing in the new catalog, and you'll be able to see it June 3rd with all the videos and new stuff, but we haven't been given a date of when that will actually be available. Hi, everyone. All right, what else? Measurements. Did you take a screenshot? You'll want to take a screenshot, and if you didn't, that's okay. You can visit my blog. I'll have this shared on my blog at StampYourArtOut.com this coming Saturday, so that you can see this recorded video posted there, along with some photos, close-up photos of the project, the card that I'm sharing, and some of the coordinating cards. And then you'll also see, of course, the measurements and supplies. So let's, without further ado, move over to my crafting table. Yay! So much fun. Okay, where do we start? Let me start by showing you the fun laser cut paper. And I have purchased 2 packs, and they're really starting to get used up. So it's hard to show you them in a neat fashion here because I've really torn into it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in just a bit here. So I've used up already 3 of the designs that you get on one of the sheets, because I made some cards for my club members. So there were 3 other designs, and I'll show those to you. In fact, one of them, where is it? Oh, it's here still. I still have it. Okay, so one of them, because we're going to use it on the card. So you can see there's like a leaf pattern that has like it's framing, and then there's like a multi-leaf design, and then there's some fun, just kind of geometric looking ones. This one here, and then you'll see the other 2. But yeah, we're going to use this one today, and those came on a big like sheet together where you just kind of peel them away from each other. And it had this frame, this gold bordered frame all the way around it. I used up all of those for my club cards. And so I had to cut a new one. And where did I cut it from? Well, you also get in this pack of laser cut paper, you get sheets like this. And so I took one of these sheets and I just trimmed off the little edge around the side, okay? So that I would have a corner piece. But you can see all the fun punch out laser cut pieces that you can get from that. And I believe, oh, I better look here to make sure I tell you right. 6. Okay, so you get 3 sheets of each in each pack. Yay. All right, what else do we have? So, oh yes, I want to show you the stamp set and then we'll start crafting. So this is the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. If you have not been turned on to using it yet, I probably won't turn you on to using it today because I'm only going to use one sentiment from it. But there are some just stunning cards made with these images, and you'll want to look it up because I think you need to own it. Everyone needs to own this. And then these are the coordinating dies. Every crafter, I should say, right? They're called Magnolia Memories dies. And these are the images you get. You actually get 2 sets of the same leaves. So I was able to mass produce a bunch of these cards quicker that way. We'll be using the large and the small leaf. In fact, let's do the die cutting right now. I'm going to bring in my old die cutting machine. And we're going to zoom out just a little bit. Boy, I've got a dusty machine, don't I? All right. So die cutting is pretty easy and it's pretty universal for all machines. We're just going to go ahead and we've got our platform sitting down and we've got our thin die adapter with this one here. I have a thin die adapter on mine. We've got the cardstock that we're going to use and then we're just going to place our dies on top of it with the cutting side down like that. This is just a scrap of my Just Jade color. And then we'll just put another cutting mat on top and crank it through. And the rollers inside a die cutting machine flatten and press that together so that you come out with like, it's just, they just get punched. It's so cool. Punched die cut, we call it. So here you can see the cardstock is stuck into the die and we're going to remove that with a tool here. There's the other one. And some of the pieces already came off onto my cutting mat and I would just brush that onto my crafting floor. Fun confetti. All right, let's move this out of the way because that's all the die cutting we needed to do for that project. All right, we're making a card. Did I tell you that? We're making a card. It's a really pretty card. So now we're going to take our brush and we're just going to turn our die over to the metal side and just start brushing on these little holes. Now we zoom in. The little holes that are inside the dies right there, that's what these little bristles poke through to remove your image. And then if you have any extra cardstock inside there, you can see there's one little green piece left. We just pop it out. So that's how I do it. You get this little foam thing, or what is it? I don't know. It's a little foam mat too, but I don't use it. I don't know why. I just like to be quick. All right, so we've got all those done. We'll set up a garbage pile over here. I seriously did not put it on my floor. I'm just kidding. All right, so we've got our dies cut. And we're going to go ahead and cut our paper next. All right, so for those of you that are beginning crafters, nope, you did not miss it, Ava. For those of you that are beginning crafters, it's really easy to cut cardstock. So we have 8.5 by 11 cardstock. We also have 12 by 12. And most of the cards that are used with imperial measurements are cut from the 8.5 by 11 because when you cut it in half and fold it, you get the perfect size for our medium size envelopes. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut it in half, and you can cut it in half either way. You can cut it in half this way, vertically, or you can do it this way. When I was a teacher, we used to call it hamburger or hot dog style. So we're going to put it this way so that we're bringing it to the 4¼ inch mark. That is half of 8.5 inches, which is what this width is, 8.5. We'll move our scoring blade out of the way and just bring our cutting blade through, and now we've cut our cardstock in half. Super simple. This is a must-have tool, a trimmer. Every crafter needs a trimmer, right? Now we lift this up and we bring it into the 5.5 inch mark because we have 11 inches this way. But now we just use the scoring blade, and this will help break the fibers. You can totally score or fold your cardstock on your own, but I feel like you get a really nice crisp fold if you use a scoring blade. And then we'll just fold it in half. We're going to use that trimmer again in just a minute here, but let me grab my bone folder. So this is a handy tool, although you can just use your fingers. If you've got a strong fingernail, you can do that too, but you just go like that, and now you've got the perfect card base. This card is gonna pop on the Early Espresso. I love using dark colors for my bases often, and this time we're doing Early Espresso instead of basic black because it's just so gorgeous with the gold. Okay, so again, we're gonna use these two pieces with it. We're also using our leaves, and now we need to trim up our crumb cake cardstock. And we only have to do one cut for this because it's going to go on the inside of our card. Now the card size, thanks Val, she goes, I love hamburger or hot dog style. The card size, our cardstock size that I put in the measurements is 3¼ inches by 4.5. And if you look at a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 for sure, right? But if you turn it this way, you can get 1, 2, 3, and then there's more room over here to get 4, 5. In fact, if you want to get the full use out of a sheet like this to make 5, you're going to do it slightly larger than that. So this isn't the measurement we're going to use for this card, but I love this measurement that I'm going to give you right now because it really does give you some extra layers for the price of your cardstock, right? So instead of getting just 4 for the inside of your card, you can get 5 by cutting to 3.5 inches. Now this one again is 3¼ but we're going to go to 3.5, and then the next measurement you'll use is 4¾ and again remember this one's 4.5. We're going to do 4¾ okay. All right, now you have this extra little piece left, throw it in the trash. But now you can get 5 out of these two pieces. So again, those two measurements are 3.5 by 4¾ Here's our 4¾ and 4¾ and that can be saved and used elsewhere. And then this way you turn it to 3.5, 3.5, and 3.5. Okay, that's the magic measurement. People have been asking me about that, so I thought I would share that again in my video. 5 pieces instead of 4 layers. This one's slightly smaller. That's what we're using today on the inside of our card. So that will go in here as a layer, okay? And I don't know why I chose a smaller measurement. I don't know. All right, and then we need a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of Magenta Madness. It's a new color. All right, we're going to start punching. This is our new Flowers Confetti Border Punch. Again, the new stuff you can get next week in the afternoon. I think the catalog will go live like shortly after noon Mountain Time. So, yay! All right, so this is a border punch, which means you can punch it in a border fashion like this. So we're going to start, I'm going to start down here, and I'm just going to punch the end like this. Okay, now when I pull it out, you can see I've got these fun little flowers in here, and I'm just gonna line those images up with the images on the base of the punch. Here, I'm gonna push it up just a little bit higher there. Okay, so now I've lined up those images, and I'm gonna punch again, and I can go all along this piece and create a fun border. I don't need that many flowers for this project, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep the ones that I have here. And I also need to punch from this a couple of these flowers. So these are the small bloom. This is the small bloom punch, and this punch was available during Celebration, which is a wonderful promotional time in the year, January through March. It was a free product if you placed a $50 order. So, but they're carrying this over. This is going to be in the new catalog. Again, called the Small Bloom Punch. So you'll be able to get that again soon. All right, we've got those pieces, and then the last thing is we're going to stamp and punch out with our 2-inch circle punch this image. So we're opening up our Early Espresso ink pad. Again, for those of you that are new, they open just like a compact. They flip open and then you slide the ink into the base like that. We've got our stamp. It says, thinking of you. I didn't put the label on. Again, I'm so bad at that. All right, and then we're gonna stamp it down. We don't even have to worry about making sure it's straight because we're punching it, right? So we'll just go in upside down with our punch, center that image, and then punch, okay? All right, the only two other things that we're gonna need for our card are these beautiful gold glitter enamel dots and this new Early Espresso faux suede trim, it's called, and it's so soft. I mean, if I had a pile of that, I would use it as a pillow. It's so soft, you guys. All right. Okay, I think we're ready. So now we get the glue out and the mat. So I've got this silicone mat here and I've got my sponge that I've already cut. I've got this prepared. I use it often with my glue. And it's pretty clean. It's just a little tacky because I make sure that I wash it with warm water every time when I'm done, and it gets rid of most of the glue, most of the tackiness. I also don't let it sit upside down unless I forget. And then in that case, your sponge is pretty much ruined. So what do? You take the silicone mat and you squeeze out some glue onto it. This is that green glue, multi-purpose liquid glue. And then we're just gonna pounce up and down onto the corner of our mat like this. We're going to flip this upside down and we're going to sponge onto the white side. So there is a white side too. So let's say you don't feel like you're in the mood for gold one day, you can use the white side, okay? So it's like two colors. So we're going to pounce up and down and we're going to keep this still. In fact, here, I'll put it right here in this spot. And then when we do this sponging, hey, we could sponge them together. That's a thought, Rachel. Okay, so we're gonna do this together. We're gonna put these right next to each other and we're gonna hold them steady because I want glue along both of these pieces. They're gonna go side by side on the card. In fact, I'm gonna put a little bit more glue there now that I'm doing two pieces. Hey, Diane, I'm glad you found me live. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so now, I hope I have enough. Here we go. Pouncing up and down. And now we're going to just press this glue onto the back side here and there. And I'm going to try not to move this laser cut paper because if I do, then any glue that gets put underneath will get on the gold side. We don't want that to happen. So we're trying really hard to hold this in place. Okay, and then we move it out of the way. We shove that out of the way. We need lots of hands. I'm going to set this back down this way. This piece is just going to get applied diagonally to the front of our card, kind of like that. And I don't know if I have it in the exact same spot as I put it on my other cards or not, but just diagonally. That's the fun of it. And then quickly, before this dries, we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to use it as a border that reaches out away from our paper. See, it keeps going. It just keeps on going right off the card. Okay, so I've got that on there, and I'm going to press and make sure that that's drying on there, and then we're going to trim off the excess. Okay, so we're going to grab our paper snips, and I take and I assign one of my paper snips as the, oh, thanks, Pauline. I'm going to take one of my paper snips and assign it as my ribbon or fabric cutting scissors because it will stay sharp longer. The paper dulls your scissors, so this one is the one that you would probably replace over time. Unless you have a scissor sharpener, you could totally do that. Okay, so we're going to flip this over, and we're just going to trim right up to the edge without trimming into our scored edge there. We don't want to cut our card. And then we'll flip it over this way, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to trim here. Okay. So, and I noticed that this is popping up just a little bit, so I'm going to grab my sponge really quickly and get a little bit more glue under there. I think because I did it all at once, I may not have gotten as much glue on as I did with my first cards that I made. Okay, that should work. So now, what do we do with this? Pounce, 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 pounce until you get all the excess glue out. Then you rinse it, which I'll try to do right after my video, and then you set it on its side, okay, and it can dry. That's just a tiny bit of sponge. When you buy the sponges, you get a pack of 3 of them that are circular, and then you just cut them into wedges and you use them for all kinds of things. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Oh, that's still not sticking down yet. I have to hold it. All right, so next, what do we do with the ribbon? I said 3 to 4 inches because I know that some of you complain that your fingers just don't manipulate small pieces. So the longer the piece, the easier it is to work with. I personally can work with about 3 inches, maybe even less. I'm one of those people that loved miniatures when I was little. So I would do, you know, like dollhouse stuff, and I love tiny things. So there we go. We just tied a knot, and I have them angled downward on purpose. So we're going to keep that off to the side. We're going to put this on the inside of our card with our green glue. So here's where you can use your green glue again. You don't need to use tape runner, but we'll just put this on the inside. The nice thing about the green glue is it does wiggle a little bit before it starts to dry, so I could, you know, move this around where I want it. I am a dry tape runner girl though. That's my favorite. I can't wait till we get Stampin' Seal. I am running out of my snail refills. So, all right, next we're going to place this up onto dimensionals. And I brought out the mini dimensionals because I needed a mini dimensional for sure with the flower, the blooms, the small bloom flower. Of course, it is, I mean, you could put a bigger one there, but I think it's more hidden if you do a mini dimensional. So we're just going to put 3 of these on the back side. So if you only have the regular dimensionals, another tip is that you can cut into them. You can make them smaller if you want to. So let's remove the backing. Hi, Catherine. Glad you checked in today. It's a beautiful card. You'll want to visit back if you can't stay. Okay. Now we're going to place this on here so that the words are lined up with this edge here. Not the bottom of the card, but with this edge. So it has that angle that the paper, the laser cut paper has. Okay, I think it looks more stunning that way. And then we're going to put our bloom onto our card. And we're going to do that with, I believe I used a glue dot. Now I'm going to look at my sample one that you guys can't see yet. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm putting a glue dot on the back side, and the way that I do that is I apply my object to my glue dot, and then when I lift it off of here, it's got the glue dot on there already. It provides me with less issues with sticky fingers. So this is going to go here, and then the other one is going to go on top. Here's another great use for your bone folder. You curl with it. You just put your thumb against the edge of the bone folder, and you put your paper between, and then you curve. You just curve with your hand so that you're manipulating the direction of where the petals are going to go. So now I've got an angle on my petals. You can see it's curved up a little bit. So we're going to place a small mini dimensional in here. I love that you guys are sharing where you're from, and thank you for sharing a comment at all. Do you guys know, if you're new to my lives, do you know that there's a prize entry? So if you comment, you can possibly win the prize. Fun stuff today. Metallic stuff. Metallic things, because we're doing metallics, right? This leaf is going to get tucked under my the lower of the 2 blooms. So I've got 2 layers here, and I did that on purpose just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. So I'm putting a glue dot just on the tip of this leaf at the end here. And that's going to get placed underneath the base flower, right about there. And this one will do the same thing. Are you loving this? Isn't this so pretty, you guys? I just love the way the colors just pop off this card. And that gets tucked under here too. And you want to tuck it so that the glue dots don't show. Now this has some dimension to it. You can see I could have sponged on my leaves, but I wanted them to kind of lift off the paper to give more dimension, to give more, you know, I don't know, oomph to the card. This piece, the little ribbon, we're going to put the glue dot right smack dab in the center. So yes, please comment. I love to read them afterwards. I have gotten in the habit of trying not to respond to all of them. I don't even click like or love on all of them anymore. I used to just to keep track of which ones I read and which ones I didn't. But I know another system of doing that now, and I do read them. I promise you. I'm just trying to save the muscles in my wrists and forearms, because you guys know that have been watching for a while. I had some issues for a while. So please comment. I love to read them. And you get entered into a prize drawing. So we just put that under there just for a little bit more texture. And you can even tuck it under your circle if you want to. I don't know. I think I'll leave it there because I don't want it hidden. And then these guys just go on with glue dots and or the multi-purpose liquid glue. So again, I'm sticking the flower directly onto the glue dot, lifting it up, and pressing it down onto my project. This one I'm going to tuck under a little bit here. Gosh, we could really go all out with these flowers because I've punched twice as many as I needed. We'll do one more here, but I am trying to copy the card that I did. And then we've got two small ones that we need. And we're going to shove those off to the side. For the two small ones, you're just going to use your green glue this way. So you just put a dot of it where you want it. And then you use this other tool that you can that comes with your take your pick tool. It's the little gummy end. So this is an attachment that you buy separately, and then this comes with it, and you just pick up your tiny little pieces with it. Oops, here I'll put my hand up there so it focuses better. So it's just stuck on there, and then we just place it on it. This is great for sequins and really, really tiny pieces of paper like this. So there, we've got that on there. Oh, and the last but not least is just a little bit more gold. So here is my pack of gold glitter enamel dots. A whole new pack. Look how beautiful they are. And then I've got these here. So I'm going to take probably this size and stick that right in the middle of this flower. I could take some of these smaller ones and put them in the middle of those flowers too. In fact, maybe I'll do that. We'll grab the pokey end though, just to make this one a little bit different. Okay, so see, you can lift up with the pokey end and you can get right in there. You want to center it though. That's centered enough. Another take your pick tool. Yeah, so Jody, I have two of them because that way I don't have to keep on reattaching my my die brush, obviously, right? I have two now. So I don't have to worry about finding that die brush attachment. And plus, those of you that have these, you know this already, but this twists off and you've got like a little spatula end here. So, and on this piece, you've got, and this comes with it too. This piece is a stylus, and there's two different points for your stylus. So if you have two tools, actually if you had three, no, no, it would have to be two because there's only one of these ends. Anyways, this one just, interchanges, and this one interchanges. And those are the 6 different tools that you can get with it. This is the only one that's extra though. The other ones come with it. I think that's good. I think we finished the card, right? Let's bring in the rest of the cards. So here's another version with the one that inspired it, using the same laser cut paper. No little centers for the flowers, although I really love the centers. I love them, but I think why I did not add them to my other mass loads of cards is because I was going to run out of them if I did. So let's just, let's take that one out of the way here. And you can see the other styles right here. Let's see if I shove this out of here so you can see better. I'm having it against the white because I think it'll pop more. Let me see. Let's take the white away. Oh yeah, you have to have the white there. So we're going to do that again. We'll just put them all on here so that you can see them better. Here, in fact, we'll turn it this way. Does that work? No, it does not. I'm trying to show them to you all at once with a full white background. I solved my problem. Here we go. Sometimes Rachel's smart. Okay, can you see them all? So these are the other two designs that I did not share with you at first because I wanted to surprise you. So there we have our finished cards. I'm calling them what? The Forever Gold meets Magenta Blooms card, because that gold and the magenta just, oh my gosh, right? I just love them against the Early Espresso. I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, so I'll be sharing this, like I said, on my blog on May 30th. That is this Saturday. So visit me at stampyourartout.com so that you can see those close-up photos, the measurements again, the supply list, and those supplies will be linked to my online store. Not all of those links will be live because remember, some of the products are new. We've got prizes to do though, so don't leave yet. Okay, keep commenting, get your entry in. I want to share with you first the prizes from last week so that you can see what those winners that I'll call today get to choose from. So I've got two other winners. I know the Ladybug set didn't leave yet. Are you guys amazed? In fact, the person whose name I drew right before going onto this live from last week's video, she commented about the Ladybug. So I'm thinking she might want it unless she, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see. But those are the choices. This is together. So it's a Fast Fuse bundle if you have all these stamp sets already. Power of Hope, Thoughtful Blooms, Little Ladybug, or the Fast Fuse bundle. So those winners, and I'll get my computer set up so you can see. Let me bring this out of the way here. You guys don't see what I'm doing. Do you see what I'm doing? No, you don't. Hang on. I gotta pull it up. I closed it out. Hang on, we're almost there. Gotta pull up my Word document so you guys can see these names. I'm so excited for them. Here we go. Ta-da. All right, so Mary Garcia Rathjen, she goes, Ladybug, please. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know. Anyways, so those are my winners from last week's broadcast where I shared that Ornate Garden accordion display card. And then on YouTube, the winner was Leanne, I bet that's how you say it. Leanne Bloomquist. And so if you see your name up there, will you please get in touch with me? It's really hard to reach winners, I'll tell you that. I try to find you in Facebook and your personal page. It's really, sometimes it's hard. So you got to help me out here, okay? Reach out to me. I will try to contact you though. All right, then we're going to show the prizes for today, and we'll do our prize drawing so that you can actually see the prize drawing happening, because last week I screwed up. All right, so the prize options today are, and now we can move our white paper out of the way. I have full packs of the foil edged cards and envelopes. I am gonna miss these so much. I'm so sad that they are retiring them. In fact, I don't think you can get the silver anymore. I think that one sold out right away. The gold, I believe, is still available in the online store. And then if we open this up, you can see that this is new product. This is the Forever Greenery Trim Combo. And yeah, new stuff. So those will be the three prizes. The person who gets drawn today is the first one who gets to choose. It's always best to be live on the videos, right? So we're gonna go back to the computer here. Okay, I'm ready. Set you up again. Here we go. So this is my page that you are on currently right now, Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel, and we're just going to go ahead and do a refresh as we move into, and then we'll move into the video section, okay? So let's click on the videos. In fact, well, we'll just click on live, right? No, we'll click on videos because then we can grab the link better. And Rachel, you don't want to change what you're doing or you might mess up. So... oh, Diana wants the gold. I love it. Silver edge for Kathy. I love it when you guys call out your things. And Sue says the ribbon. And Susan says, ooh, ribbon. Or Suzanne. Sorry, I think you say it Suzanne with the Y. I think that's how you pronounce your name. All right, so let's grab the link for that video. Here we go. Bring it into our random comment picker page. It's called commentpicker.com. Get comments. How many of you have commented live during our live? 206 of you. Thank you. All right. We've got the screen up, right? So when I click start, you'll be able to see. I screwed up last week. I still had you on my desk. It was so crazy. All right, the winner is Marianne Stahl. Congratulations, Marianne. You get to choose from any of those three right in front of me here. You get to pick which one you want. And then the other two will get saved for next week. And so you keep on commenting, everybody. Keep on commenting because that will get you an entry into the next time I draw. In fact, I just screwed up because I'm not going live next week. And I'm so sad about that. I tried to figure out how it would work, but it's the last week of school for my kids. And I want to make sure that I'm focusing more on them next week as we're trying to finalize everything. And then we've also got the start of the new catalog, and it's crazy. It's always crazy that first day for me. My own orders alone are crazy, but then I've got people who are ordering and asking questions and demonstrators who are on my team who are needing some assistance here and there. And so I want to make sure I'm not distracted by other things. And so I won't be going live next week. I even thought, could I put it before or after? But there's just too much going on next week. So I'm going to pre-record a video, and because there's a card that I wanted to do in a live, and it is just so cool. But I'm going to pre-record a video, and I'll have that shared the end of next week, so you can see that. Okay. I love that you all joined me today. It makes me feel so good that you love to come and see what I share. It's just, I love teaching. So thank you for blessing my day with you being here. So next broadcast will be, what is the first full Wednesday after the 3rd? That would probably be the 10th. I'm looking at my calendar just to confirm because I don't want to screw up. It's the 10th. So I will go live on the 10th of June the next time. Another thing for those of you that are on my Facebook group, and I should get a little overlay image for that. See, I just have it for my page, but I have a group also. It's called Stamp Your Art Out Group. Oh, see, I don't even know the name of it. That's why I need a little overlay. Hang on. You guys will probably say it before I find it. It's called Stamp Your Art Out Group. It's real creative. Stamp Your Art Out Group. I wanted to make sure it was distinguished from the page. So join me in that group. It's a public group, so anybody can join, and anybody can approve their friends too. In fact, I think you can invite people and approve them. Anyways, I'm gonna do a live at the end of next week that has to do with product showcasing new stuff. It more than likely will be on Saturday, though. I know, a weekend, right? Because of shipping and by the time I get the products and stuff. So anyways, there you go. So hope that you join me in that group. Thank you all for coming. We will see you in a couple weeks if I don't see you next week in the group, and have a great time creating. Enjoy the new catalog when it goes live on the 3rd. Make sure that you follow me on my blog. And if you need any of the products that I shared, again, you can shop for products on my page if you're not your own demonstrator or if you don't already have a demonstrator. Okay, so shop from them. Otherwise, if you need somebody, I'm here for you. All right, thanks everybody. Now I'd love for you to all go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.